a challenging one. Okay. What else? You're going to have a resource card, and on the resource card will be the following. And as we saw the other day, we didn't use the resource card. There was one problem. The other class, we finished everything, and there was only one problem that actually used any one of these formulas. I can't guarantee you that that is true for the real PSAT, but I will say that we saw that we didn't really use this as much. What's up? Your what?
My pencil holder. They got
Borrow a pencil from somebody. Okay.
That's the problem. It's middle of the year. Nobody has
All
a
right.
pencil.
I guess third or fourth point. I forgot what number I'm on. The technique that I would recommend, I guess every teacher you're going to talk to is probably going to tell you different techniques of how, oh, this is how I did the SAT, that sort of thing. What I found the most helpful was I'm going to read every question. I'm going to make an immediate look at it and determination of whether I think I can do this one or not. But I am going to give it a full read. I don't mean a careful read. I mean a full read. And by that, I mean, like, if I spend 3 minutes trying to read one problem and figure out I can't do this one, I kind of wasted 2 minutes. You got to give it a minute to read, right? If it's long, right? If it's very short, then it's, 10 seconds. But you got to read it. For all you know, the longest one is the easiest one. You don't know it until you try it. Where's Rowan today?
They called us in the office.
Okay. Okay. Last point, and then we'll get going on here. When you get to the end and you've skipped the ones that you don't have any clue over, your best bet is to pick one letter, stick with it, and guess. That's your best mathematical chance of getting it right. No penalizing for guessing wrong. If it's one of those ones where you've eliminated, when we with the 10th graders, we were going over this today, and they had one question, they didn't know the answer, but they knew that two of the answers were not right. If you got it down to 2, then you can't just always go with A because maybe you just eliminated A. So on those ones, that literally is a flip a coin type thing. Those would be the best word advice. I tried to ask, and they didn't give me a good answer about is there a 5-minute or a 10-minute warning. They just said there's multiple warnings. Listen carefully to the instructions tomorrow when you take the test. And when they say that there's a 10-minute warning, that's when I would start guessing, right? If they say there's a 5-minute warning, then you better start guessing to 5 minutes. If they say there's 1 minute left, you probably don't have enough time to guess. I don't know if there's a 1-minute warning, but if there is, you don't have enough time to guess at 1 minute because you got to fill in bubbles. And the bubbles have to be filled in correctly. On the fill in the blank questions, there's only a couple of them, like 5 or so. I don't care that you wrote the right answer on the top. You have to bubble it in to get credit for it. The answer's 5, and 5 isn't bubbled in. You got it wrong, even though you wrote 5 in the boxes. Still write 5. But make sure you bubble in 5. Kayla, you had a question? There's no penalty for guessing. When I took the SAT, if you guessed and you guessed wrong, they took away a point. They were trying to find out, do you know the information? Back then, they thought that was the way to do it. So they would say, well, the only people that are guessing are the people that don't know what they're doing. So we're going to penalize you for guessing. So it was like, woo, I'm not guessing on that one because I'm not 100% sure. Well, that immediately told them I don't know how to solve the problem, which was probably pretty accurate. You shouldn't have to guess. You either know it's the right or you don't.
Well, then what do they do if they don't take points off when one get it wrong?
Well, it falls in your favor. You're getting extra points for something you don't know how to do. Merry Christmas.
Well, I'm confused on how this is.
So let's say you guess.
What difference does it make whether they know or don't know?
Well, we're just confused because normally when you guess something, you get the answer wrong. What do they do when you get the answer wrong?
They just marked it wrong.
It's just wrong. It doesn't count. So there is no penalty for guessing.
I mean, they don't deduct points.
So on a normal test, right? On a normal test, A means something, F means something. Doesn't mean anything here. It's just a score. You're going to get a number. It doesn't mean anything other than that's your score. If you guessed on 4 problems, you got them all wrong, well, your score is still, I don't know, I'm making a number up, 900. You guess on 4 problems, you get one of them right, now you got a 920.
Okay.
That's the only difference. When I took the SAT, I get a 900 and I guess one and it's wrong. Now I have an 880. I'm making all of those numbers up. Okay. But that's how it used to work. And that's also why they have the verbiage in there to say guessing is not penalized. Okay. Okay. We're going to do the same thing. There's a calculator, non-calculator. We're going to start with Julie. I want you to look over the packet in front of you. I want you to pick one that you think is easy. Tell me which one it is. And we're going to try it. We're going to find out. Julie wasn't here for the last one. The last time we did this for 2 days, we said, let's pick the one that looks hard. Now we're going to what most of you are going to be doing on when you take your test. You're like, heck, I'm not going to try the hard ones. I'm only going to try the easy ones. That means that you can identify the easy ones. Let's see if that's true or false. Can you find the easy ones? Pick one, Julie. Number 3. Let's take a look at number 3.
Said 8.
Well, it shows you how good I can hear. All right, number 8. Oh, this is a good one, Julie. All right, everybody look at number 8 on the non-calculator version. This is one, I've already done this one in the previous class. This is one that looks hard. Boy, is this one easy. Okay. It says you have a line. Can you picture a line in your head? It says that has a positive slope. Which way does it go?
Oh,
Show me with your hands. That's a vertical line. Yeah, looks like that. Okay, looks like that. Looks like that. So we have a line,
up though.
and we're told that it looks like that. We don't know where it is, so it could be down here as well too. Could be up here as well. We don't know. Let's continue to read.
What's in the
It says it has a y-intercept that is.
negative?
So which one is it? Okay, so it's this one. So I'm going to erase these other two. And by the way, we don't know where it is. We're just told that positive slope, negative y-intercept. It says that could any one of these points not be on the line? Now, we don't know where the line is, but we know that, well, it's somewhere here. And it has a positive slope. What do you notice about this line? Where does it not go? Where does it not go?
In the negative? Towards the negative?
Does it go in this quadrant?
Yes.
Does it go in this quadrant? Does it go in this quadrant? Does it go in this quadrant? Any point in here, that line never touches. So which one of these is in this quadrant? Which one?
-3,
3, 3, which is B, would be, I don't know, here somewhere. That line could never touch it. So that's the only, all the other ones, well, 3, -3 is here. -3, -3 is over here. And 3, 3 is over here. So it could be any one of those except for B. By the way, unlike the previous 2 days, flip to the very last page.
So it has 3 correct answers.
There's only one correct answer. The only number it could not be, it says, which of the following points could not be on the line? Look at the very last page. We just did non-calculator, number 8. The answer is?
Wait, yeah.
Is B. So I'm giving you the answers this time. Okay? So that you can at least do some self-study if you so choose. Okay. So Julie actually did pick an easy one. All right. Anna, pick an easy one. What you think is easy. Because you're going to be doing this, you're going to be flipping the page. You're like, whoa, look at that one. That one looks hard. I'm not trying that one. Oh, that one looks easy. Let me try this one. Non-calculator? Either one, I don't care. Calculator, non-calculator. 11, non-calculator? At the top of the page. All right. Are you guys in geometry?
No.
I know of 2 people in this class that could get this one right. The rest of you have no clue. There's only 2 of you that have actually been taught this, and the rest of you have not been taught this. So number 11 is impossible unless you know what it is when you have similar triangles and similar ratios. So number 11 is a wild guess.
I'm gonna guess. A.
D.
Is it A?
I'll do it real quick for you. So
I say
the
A.
ratio says AB over BC. So AB is here, BC is here. So we're looking at the bigger triangle. The bigger triangle has three sides, a long side, a medium side, and a short side. And they're giving us medium side over short side. So on any of the triangles, my ratio needs to be medium over short. So BD over DC. BD is right here, DC. So we're looking at this triangle. BD is the medium, and DC is the. It's got to be A. Done.
Wait.
The problem is you haven't been taught this, boys. Stop whatever you're doing. Okay. You haven't been taught this. It's a bit. There's details here that I'm skipping, but that's how that one was solved. Am I right? Somebody check it. Is it A?
Yes.
It's A.
Wait, where are the answers?
I didn't
The
know.
answer's last page. Last page. Okay. Anna picked a hard one. Maybe not for Anna, although I don't think Anna, you're not in that chapter, are you yet? Or this is the chapter you're in. Is this the one you're in right now?
Was that one easy? You know,
Okay.
was that one easy?
The only one that got it right was Piper.
Interesting.
I'm very smart.
All right.
Yeah. Did you
Go ahead, Sarah, pick one.
Nathan. Wait, who?
One is really easy.
said Sierra.
Oh, no, he did not.
12.
On the calculator, non-calculator.
Non-calculated.
12 on the non-calculator. Okay. None of you, not a single person in here knows how to do this. Do you want to be taught this real quick?
Yes.
I know this.
This is an example of
Trigonometry.
something that has not been taught you, but when it's taught you, it's really easy. By the way, you know how to do this. You just never seen one this complicated before. In 8th grade, exponents. When you multiply exponents, x to the second times x to the third,
You add
what do?
You add them.
You add. Power to a power,
You
x to
multiply.
the second to the third power, what do?
You multiply.
Just multiply. That's it. Watch. So let's see. This half, you've never seen exponent as a fraction, it can be, has to go to this 2. What's 2 times a half? 2 times a half?
1.
2.
2 times a half.
It's 1. I was saying that.
I just didn't hear you. So we get x to the first power. What's a half times 3?
1.5.
Let's just say that 3 over 2, but you're right. So why 3 over 2? Don't worry, that's a fraction. You'll learn you'll learn junior year what this means. 1/3 times 2? And 1/3 times 3?
3 over 2.
1.
1.
Oh, it's 3.
1. Okay. You told me that when you multiply, what do you do with the exponents?
You add them.
So this one and this one, I gotta write that as common denominator, 3 over 3. What's 3 over 3 plus 2 over 3? So we get x 5 over 3. That, I gotta write common denominators. This and that. And now look at the question, 5 over 2. What does it say? So in the equation above, a is a constant. It means it's a number. Look at the answer. Look where the a is. Where is the a in the problem?
Over. So it's 5.
Oh.
It's right here. Do you see it? Where's our answer? So what's the answer here?
C.
It's C. Number's 5.
That was easy.
Can I pick
It was
next?
really easy, but you haven't been taught this before.
Can I pick next? I got a good pick.
Number 1 is really
Yay.
easy.
Okay.
What I want some of you to, for those of you that just looked at it like, oh, I got that one. Yeah, try that. For those of you that looked at that and you said, I don't know what he's doing. That's not one of the ones you try. But for those of you that was helpful, you should get that one on the test because it really is that easy.
Okay. I feel like
Except for the people that thought it was hard. Don't try it. Go.
I feel like this is gonna be a really easy one, but 22 on the calculator.
22 on the calculator.
Mr. Chartier,
What?
when do we come in for assignments?
Normal schedule.
So we come at 7:30.
Sure,
Right? Okay.
And then we leave at 12, right?
correct.
Where do we go?
You will all be taking your test in Miss McCullough's room.
Tomorrow we leave at 12.
It says in the XY plane, a function Q is a parabola. You remember parabola, smiley face or frowny face? Okay,
What?
What?
parabolas.
I don't remember doing this.
Okay,
Neither do I. I remember.
x squared is a parabola. All right, the graph intersects the x-axis. So one of these, I don't know which one it is. It intersects the x-axis at -1, 0. So I got a point right there. I know it's either looks like this or it looks like that. One of the two. Okay. The vertex of Q occurs at this point. The vertex, where's the vertex on the smiley face?
The bottom.
Where's the vertex on the frowny face? Gimme, it's mine.
You're empty.
I asked you to put it away, and you did absolutely. Can you listen?
I did. It was empty.
You didn't listen at all. It would be in your bag if you had listened. Get out of my classroom. You're going to talk to your mom.
I will.
God bless America.
I can go find my mom.
No, you're going to stay there until I go out there. I really can't believe, why can't you listen? I'm giving a group speech to one person here. All right, back up here. Where's the vertex on the frowny face? Right here. It's one of these. It says the vertex Q occurs at the point 2, 4. Where's 2, 4? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's saying that the graph intersects the x-axis right here. And at R0, we don't know what R is. And the vertex Q occurs at this point right here. Well, clearly, if there's a point down here, is that a smiley face or a frowny face? It's got to be a frowny face. So I know that it's something like that.
Okay.
Therefore, this is my other point. Well, this one's, by the way, this is the last chapter we do in the book, right? Here's the explanation if you want to hear it, right? We know that this is the vertex right here, and the vertex is at 2, 4, right? We know that it also will intersect down here somewhere. So how far is this away from this? Because it's over
It looks like maybe
1, 2, 3. So therefore, this point has to be from the center, 3 this way.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, which would be what?
0.
Which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, which would make it. Are you going to get that one? No, you're all going to get that one wrong. Okay.
What if I guess?
But that would be the explanation. So here's an absolutely positively end of chapter 12. This is what we do in chapter 12.
So
But you guys don't have much chance of getting that one.
So let's say you guess on the whole test, you get everything right. Can you get a good scholarship and then write it out, even though knowing that you know nothing? Yeah, I mean.
Well, just remember, they might give you a scholarship, but you actually got to take the SAT to get into college. So they're going to wonder why you got a scholarship and you couldn't get into college. All right. Go. Who we on? Kaylee, pick one. 22 is above your levels. This one was actually pretty easy. We saw the explanation, but you're probably not going to get that one. Calculator, non-calculator. By the way, 22, it's calculator portion. We didn't use a calculator.
Because then you waste time trying to figure out how to use it.
Yeah, there's no 25 non-calculator. All right, calculator 25.
I was going to pick that, but that looked really easy.
That's a lot of words. This is an easy one.
I knew it. Said it.
You were taught about linear equations both in this class and 8th grade. What's a linear equation?
Oh, I know
An
this.
equation that makes a.
Line.
So the shape of it is line. Does anybody remember what exponential looks like? It's not a line.
Is it a circle?
Now, exponential growth is what happens to rabbits. If there are no foxes, what happens to rabbits?
It just keeps on growing in population.
And so what would that look like if you graphed it? You got a few rabbits, then you have, and then what's going to continue to happen?
Did you say that?
That's an exponential. This is called exponential growth. The opposite of exponential growth is exponential. Anybody know? Decay. And that's what happens when you have too many foxes. What happens to the rabbits? I got a lot of them, and then all of a sudden the foxes eat them all. Right? Exponential decay, exponential growth. This whole thing is about which shape is it? Is it exponential growth or is it linear growth? Okay, well, let's see what happens. Let's do a quick table. At time 0, how many squirrels do we have? 15 years later.
4.
15 years later.
Oh, this is a linear.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. We have
8.
15 years later.
16.
Okay.
This is
We just picked random numbers. Hey, if it's a linear, the slope never changes. The rise over run never changes. If it's exponential, I erased it. If it's exponential, the slope's going to get steeper and steeper and steeper. What's the slope of the easiest one to do right here? 4 minus 2 gives me over 15. That's your slope. If it's linear, when I do it again, I better get 2 over 15. If I don't, it's exponential. Subtract. Second one. You get 4 over 50. Well, that doubled. It's exponential. So it can't be linear. It's one of these two. Well, let's just read what it says. Exponential growth because the population of squirrels increasing the same amount every 15 years.
Yes.
Did it increase the same amount every 15 years? You go from 2 to 4, that's increased by, and then, oh, well, that's not the same. Well, then the only one that's left has got to be B, even if you didn't even realize. All right, who's next to pick?
Me,
Chris.
All right, Chris, you pick a good one.
because I want to know.
He really went to go with Red Dog.
Did you?
He was walking.
God bless her.
Why did he
I'm gonna write mine during lunch.
This is cold brain headache, y'all.
So what happened to your head?
He has a headache and he asked for ice.
Right.
Where are we
Doesn't that help?
Normally hot water. Well, that's what I use.
Okay, what do we got?
After
What
you
number?
stick your feet.
27.
Put your hand.
27. You think it's hard? You think it's easy? What?
It's the last one.
Do you think it's hard or easy?
Check.
Don't look at the answer, just look at the problem.
That's what I'm doing.
How is it without looking at the problem?
Mr. Chartier.
It looks easy.
This one is easy. The problem with it is it's got ugly numbers.
That's
This is
number
a
It's a
calculator.
system of equation. It says which one of these makes them true.
No. Where does the represent
That's what a system equation. Where do the two lines intersect? Right? One of these makes it true. Which one?
Wait, can I do the math?
Okay. Lily, pick one you think's the answer. Which one? A. Let's see if A makes it true. I'm going to put 1 in for X, 3 in for Y. What's 3 divided by 3? 3 divided by 3 is not 0. Well, then that works for this one. But if it's a solution, it's got to work for both. Let's throw in 3 for X and let's see if we get, 3 in for Y and let's see we get 1 in for X. So we throw 3 in for Y and 1 in for X. I don't need to do the math on here. Does 154 minus that mess give me 10?
No.
It ain't A.
I say D.
Look at the answers. Ends up being D. This one is a plug and shove. It's just simply plug and shove. You're like, where's that coming from? What's 21 divided by 3?
7.
Okay, so it works for this one. This is your X. This is your Y. And it turns out if you do this math, it's the calculator section. Grab your calculators. 154 minus 4 times 21. I don't need a calculator to do 10 times 7.
I do.
And you get 70, you're done. Why is it this one? I don't know. It just always seems like it's always the last one, right?
See, I'm gonna be great at guessing.
This was an easy one. By the way, this one's specifically on the calculator test because look at the numbers they gave you. Sure, you can do this by hand without a calculator. You can even get to the right answer. It just takes a little bit of time. They know you have a calculator. You can get to this one really quickly with a calculator.
Oh,
You're going to be spending some time, and then you can make a silly mistake without a calculator. Okay, that one was easy. Who are we on? Ari? Calculator, non-calculator? Calculator.
Mr. Chartier,
Yes.
we're using a
Haley.
resource card for this, right?
Say one more time.
Are we able to use a resource card for this?
The only resource card you get is that one that's on that front page of the handout. That's the only resource card you get.
And that comes with the test?
That comes with the test.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. I didn't hear the first part of the class.
But
so.
notice we have yet to use that resource card at all. All right, here we go. A lot of words, weird looking stuff. Let's see what's going on. Liquid going through a cooling system is chilled, so its temperature decreases at a constant rate. What shape is a constant rate? What shape is a constant rate?
Line.
A line. Okay. It's Hayden, seriously, I've done out.
I said.
Out.
Oh my gosh. Like, go away.
If I thought you were actually paying attention, you'd be welcome.
That's not all you
You three, stop it. He can't control himself, clearly. Stop it. You're as to blame as he is. You know he's messing around.
We ain't even doing anything.
I know. Ignore the guy.
What do we, that's what I am doing.
I'm pretty sure that if you literally gave him no attention, he'd stop. It might take 5 minutes, but he'd stop. All right.
Aiden's not gonna stop.
He's
It's
not
Aiden.
What do you think? It's Aiden.
Do you want me to put him back all by himself and you guys away from him? We can do that. Okay.
Yes, that is.
All right. Liquid going through cooling system is chill, so its temperature decreases. So we got a line that looks like that. Decreases at a constant rate from 100 down to 25 in 5 seconds. So time down here, 5 seconds. So this would be X value in 5 seconds. 5 and then maybe 10. Could start at 0 though if you want to. So something like that. Okay, these are Y values right here. Which of the following represents the temperature C in degrees Celsius if the function of the time t in seconds after chilling began for 0 to 5. So let's say 0 to 5 seconds. Instead of using 510, they use 0 to 5. Okay. So they're saying which one of these equations would result in this graph? Yeah.
Okay, about them.
No. Hold on. Slope of the line is what? Positive or negative?
Negative.
So the thing attached to t needs to be positive or negative. So which one, the thing attached to t, is positive or negative? Positive 15 can't be. Positive 15 can't be. It's one of these. It says at time 0, somewhere up here, how cold is it? At time 0 would be, if I actually drew this, time 0 would, this is your x value 0. Time 0, how cold are you? That's your y-intercept. So which one has a y-intercept of 100? Ding, 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 ding. That one actually is easy. Okay. That one actually is easy. What the confusing part is maybe you might get lost on this part. They're just saying what would it look like if we consider the time between 0 and 5 seconds. Okay. All right. Cool. You been checking the answers in the back? Check. Make sure I got that one right. I could have gotten it wrong. I'm pretty sure it's D. 23D.
Why is there like 7 white cards?
All right. Yes.
When am I able to go body?
Let's wait another minute and then you can go. Maybe he's calmed down by now. All right. I forget who we're on picking. We're on Piper? Number?
30.
Number 30. You guys like these high numbers.
I don't ever want to become fair.
By the way, we've only come to one or two, 1.5 that we've literally thrown our hands up and saying we don't have a chance of solving this.
30 it's not where it's.
Notice 30, there are no A, B, C, or D. This is a fill in the blank one.
I don't like that.
Okay. Anybody watch Deadly Sketch?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's your Deadly Sketch question. Says in 2006, price of king crab was $8 a pound at the beginning of the year and dropped to 7 per pound towards the end of the year. 60% of the king crab supply was sold at a higher price. The rest was sold at the lower price. The total revenue in millions of dollars from the sale of king crabs in 2006. Easy, medium, or hard?
Medium.
Well, it's somewhere between medium and hard. It's the 60%. Go.
He hasn't come down.
Clearly. I would probably say this is one I would skip. Right?
Why?
Well, notice
Wait, so
it
what do
doesn't tell us anything other than 60%, right?
So how do you guess then? Because there's no
Well,
like
and
A, B, C, or D. So do I just,
Well,
like,
it
write
does
a
tell
number?
us.
Bubble.
It does tell us what the beginning and ending thing was. It tells us that there's $8 a pound for the high price and $7 a pound for the small price. 60% of that, I would skip this one. 100%. 100%.
Do you even know it?
How to do it?
Well, do we want to spend time on the ones that are impossible?
No,
Right?
no,
How would you
no.
guess it though?
Well,
I
remember,
think
this is a fill in the blank. You got 4 boxes.
Okay.
How are you going to
I'm
guess it?
confused on the guessing
Take the
part.
one that
How
makes
do they
most
know you guessed?
No. I'm
They
saying
don't.
there's only 4 boxes to fill in your answer. So you guys are like, well, let's take a guess.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
3.
Oh, do you mean literally how would I, because you eventually have to guess. Okay, right. This is impossible one to guess at. I mean, it's impossible. Right?
So just don't write anything?
Well, the chances of you guessing this one correctly are
0.
astronomical.
Just put like right down.
When
the
it's
chance.
4 choices, that's a different story. I mean, I don't know if it's 1.16 or 1,116 millions of dollars. I don't know. No, we're gonna waste too much time. This one's long. All right.
We should do it.
Let's do the easy one.
1,368.
Come on, we only have 15
Right.
minutes.
Right. So we need to get as many of these done as
No,
possible.
we should take
Let's do an easier one on the calculator, non-calculator.
So am I.
Let's do number 1 on the non-calculator, which no one picked.
I wanted to do that one.
They did.
And number 1 is the easy one.
Say it like that. Yeah, you did.
Now we have 5 minutes left, John.
No, we don't have 5 minutes left.
How many minutes?
Number 1 is the easiest one on the entire packet. None of you picked it. Number 1 is the easiest one on the entire packet.
What's 24 from 15, y'all? 39.
Hey, like terms or unlike terms. You can't add them. What? You can't add them. They're not like terms.
Also, it's D.
So it can't be A.
It's
You're not allowed to add them. Hey, distribute the 39 inside. You get either one of these terms. Distribute the X into both terms. You get these.
I think didn't leave.
Can we do number 2?
Number 2 is also easy.
I know, that's why I picked it.
Oh, wait, that was number 1. Where's number 2? Number 2. Now, it does have a lot of words there. In terms of D, what is R in terms of D? Whenever you see R in terms of, that means they want you to solve for R. Well, that didn't help us because they're all solved for R. The question is, if you take the dirt formula, distance equals rate times time, solve for R.
Divide by T. You divide by T.
Divide by what?
T. You get R equals 0 to T.
I divide by, I'm solving for R, get R by itself. So what am I going to divide by?
T. And so it's A.
Also, we did this formula last year.
We did this formula last year as well too. I take it back. That's, well, I know that some of you are going to get caught up on reading the text. This actually is certainly easier than the previous one. Okay, one step and you're done. The other one required us to look at a bunch of answers. Do not assume just because it has a lot of text that it's difficult. All right, who we on? We're on Brandy. Go.
You skipped me, Mr. Curry.
Well, you're next after Brandy.
Next after Brandy, get it right. But right there.
Brandy, pick one.
I don't know. 4.
Number 4. What does it mean to be a solution? It means that one of those makes it true. If you're a solution, it means you make the equation true. Okay? There's a couple different ways of solving this. You could actually solve it, or you could do plug and chug. Pick one. You want to solve it? You want to
Zero.
All right, plug and chug. What's the first one you probably should go for? 0 will make yourself easy. 0, 0, 0. Does 0 equal 3? Can't be 0.
can be whatever I want.
All right. Pick another number.
1. -1.
-1.
I'm going to claim it's probably easier to solve this, but you guys aren't going to agree with me. Okay, here we go. -1. -1 squared. -1 squared.
+1.
Times 2.
2.
-4 equals 3 plus -1 squared.
2.
-1 squared
1.
times 3.
3.
You get 6 on one side, you don't get 6 on the other side.
So it's 3.
I say 3.
Most likely it's going to be 6 because it's, I don't know. We'll see. 3 squared times 2. 3 times 4.
I'm 1D.
3 squared.
It's the same thing.
27.
3 squared
9.
times 3.
27. It's C.
D.
What did I tell you?
I said D.
It's always the one you don't want to mess with.
Wouldn't it just be easier to solve the equation?
It would be. So solve it. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. So I get 4x is equal to 3 plus x squared. Move the 4x to the other side. I'm going to rewrite it. So we get x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals 0. Factor.
Oh,
X plus 3. I'm sorry, x minus 3, x minus 1. That gives you 2 answers, 1 or +3. The only one that works is 3. You're done.
yeah, no, I think
Yeah, that's like a
Notice they didn't give me this as one of the answers.
That's the way.
1 would work as well. Sit.
Wait, so 3 would also work? for that?
1 would work, but that wasn't one of our options. For instance, if there was an e value 1 would work. They didn't give us one of the
But you
options.
said -1.
No. Remember zero product property. You set that equal to 0 and solve it now. X minus 1.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Number 3.
now we're on Josie. Pick. Hey, Tristan, let her study,
I'm not studying.
which is why he's messing with you.
Yeah, that's why.
Number 3 is easy.
Maybe she said.
Yeah, maybe you should say.
Number 3 is solved the same way we just did the previous one. Plug those numbers in, see which one works.
Number 9.
Right?
Number 9, let's take a look at number 9.
Ow.
Parachute design uses 18 separate pieces of rope. I got 18 pieces of rope. Each piece of rope must be 270 centimeters and no more than 2. So it must be at least 270, but no more than 280. This is as easy as it
Oh,
gets.
dang it. I just read
What inequality represents the value total length of rope in centimeters. So the only way they can make this more challenging is if they didn't give, if they said it was 227 meters, 28 meters, and then they said in centimeters. But notice, everything's in centimeters. So therefore the answer's got to be, check the back of the book. What's the answer? Okay.
Let's go guess it.
I'm going to once again say that, I mean, there's a handful of these, 10 of them or so, that
No,
are
it's
like
C.
so.
It says it's C.
So why is it C, not
We're
A?
on no calculator.
We're on no calculator. It better be A.
She doesn't know use it.
No, it's C.
Did you see it's A?
No, it's not. It's C. No calculator for number 9 is C.
No calculator, so we must have made a mistake. Where's our mistake?
What did we do? Oh, did it multiply times 18?
There's your mistake.
Oh, then.
So that's a sucker one right there. You're like, oh, I know the answer, and they want you to take 270 multiplied by 18.
Is this not really on the no calculator?
Well, we can do this. 16 plus 5, 21. Bring down to 0, 0, 7, 2. So we only got to do the first number and we're there. 0, 6, 8, 4, 4, 8, 6, 0. There's only one 4, 8, 6, 0. That one right there. Oh, right. We actually got to do both of them. All right. So we would have to multiply the second. I was thinking that the first one was going to be. They suckered. No, I already did this for the previous one, but it's a pretty big building. All right, back up here. Come on, let's do as many as we can. Who are we on? Go for it.
Me?
Caden, you're up.
Pick one. 12, no. Pick 10.
Number 10 looks like a very challenging one. Number 10 is easy. Can I make this perfect? All right. I'm going to show you how this one is actually pretty easy. You're not going to like this. Here we go. Carpenter has $60 to spend. How much has he got to spend? Can he spend 61? Look at the answers. Which one can we get rid of?
Oh, the ones that say it's greater than.
See what we just did? Do you see where he's getting that from?
My brain
I
is
wanna
so
read
big.
Okay. All right, let's keep reading. Second sentence. The carpenter needs to buy both nails and screws. And they're in what? Boxes. What's B say?
Nails plus screw.
Is less than 1? How can you have a box that's less than 1? What's the only possibility here? I didn't even read the entire thing. We already got to the answer.
My question now.
This one looks hard. It actually wasn't. Yeah.
Okay, on the parking lot, why is there not like what's with white cars? Why do people like white cars? It's such a lame color.
I know only because I just was looking to buy that Tesla is that the reason why a lot of people buy white because the cheapest one.
Like there's 9 white cars and there's only 7 black cars out there. Like,
People in sunny states buy white cars because in the summertime they're cooler.
but this is not sunny at all.
This is Colorado.
What are you talking about?
Like, you
It's
live in
not
Colorado,
hot.
you have black
Colorado,
cars.
December, you open up your door, it's 100 degrees in your car.
No, but like when you live in winter times, you want that heat to stay in.
Oh, that's why some people buy dark colored cars. People don't like white colored cars too because they get really dirty in snowy climates. All right, who are we on? Go for it, Nathan.
13.
55.
There's not a 50.
That is
14.
There is no 14.
Yeah, there's right there. All right, notice
People yelling at me.
every person in here should get this one correct.
Wait, let us think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, we did this year. It says that the equation above A is a number, constant.
Oh, okay. There's a number.
When did we get answers that said infinite solutions?
Oh,
What did it
oh.
look like?
Oh, I know this. I know this.
What did it look like when we got infinite solutions for an
Graphic.
answer?
Right?
No.
When we solved equations, what
A equals A.
it would be something like 4 equals 4. In other words, the variables go away and you're left with something like 4 equals 4. So what would A have to be to look like?
2.
If A was a 2,
It'd be the same.
it would be literally the same equation.
Oh,
Pick one.
That's the answer. And by the way, this is a fill in the blank one.
14.
so you just write
So you need to, in those 4 boxes, put a 2 somewhere. I'm gonna put 2 right there, bubble in 2. If you get to bubble in, it doesn't matter that you have 2 there, you get it wrong. You have to bubble it in. You can put 2 here on the far right. You can put 2 in the middle. Just has to be somewhere 2.
We have 4 minutes.
All right. 14 is it's a medium one because you had to think through what does it mean to be infinite solutions.
Let's do 16.
16?
No.
In the expression below, A is an integer, whole number. I'm sorry, not a whole number, an integer. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are the negative numbers. No fractions, no decimals. If 3x plus 4, this is a hard one. If 3x plus 4, yeah, we're not going to try this one.
7.
If 3x plus 4 is a factor,
Did you forget about Aiden?
I've not forgotten. He's not coming back in. I'm not teaching him. Right.
16 is 1. By the way, it's 1.
All right. 16 would be a whole lot of guessing going on. All right. Who do we leave off on? Landon, pick one. 26 of the calculator.
Okay, hold on. Oh, wait. There.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to.
Okay, I've not taught you this. I can teach it to you real quick.
Hey, I know.
This is not fun. So it says you have a function f of x, list it right here. It says what happens if you throw this in for every x you got?
Oh, ew. Hold on.
Ew.
Can I do the wait, but there's
So it's asking you to throw not a number like 2.
But X minus
It's asking you to throw x minus 4 into everywhere you see an x. So let's see. The first x is squared, so I have to square x minus 4. Well, remember the rules? Perfect squared. X squared minus 8x plus 16. Times 3. That's the first thing. To that, we need to add minus 5 times x minus 4, is it? Yeah, x minus 4. And then finally, we got to add 4. Okay.
At least.
What's that give us? What's this give us?
I don't know. 3x squared minus 24x
Plus 48. Stop, boys. What's this give us? I'm going to put that right here. Negative 5x plus 20 plus 4. Hey, you want to know the smart way of doing it? Look at the last column. 48 plus 20. 48 plus 20 plus 4.
72.
So it ain't that, and it ain't that. 72. First one, 3x squared. Oh, please, oh, please. Ah, the same one. All right, middle one. Thank God. If you're lucky, what would have happened is you could have got this by that last number or the first one. That's a bit over our level as well too for Algebra 1, but okay, I showed you how to do it. There's a chance. The other ones that I said, no, we're not going to do, you don't have a chance of getting those. Not without a couple classes, practice and whatnot. This one, you might have a chance. You all, everyone but Aiden is eating in the lunchroom. Aw.
What day?
Why is their hand sanitizer all over my floor?
Who do you think?
Yeah.
Huh?
Can you stop doing that? I'm trying to talk to you. Let's hope
I didn't want you to try those other ones. You're going to forget where you remember on those. They're not worth trying. Just remember, this is the PSAT, not the PSAT. So the fact that you missed something.
just now.
Agreed, but I'm saying you're going to have plenty of practice later.
Haven't you been pretty
You're gonna stuff for him now.
Plus, this will give you a more honest and more like you understand.
We get all of this stuff.
And you're just a freshman. You're then a sophomore, we might do something different. Hey, tomorrow I'll give you this. Don't worry about
I don't have fifth grader friends.
I guess I'll just
it. Hey, how many times will you use
not tell
calculators?
you, stop talking next time.
Exactly. Tristan, go away.
Go away. That's what go away.
We're gonna end it right there, Haley. You're coming in tomorrow, yes?
Yes.
Okay. You're gonna have your graphing calculator, yes?
Yes, I will.
Excellent. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.